Once the Bhagavan was residing on Vulture Flock Mountain in Rajagra, together with the great assembly of fully ordained monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagavan entered the samadhi of the enumerations of phenomena called perception of the profound. At the time, noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound prajnaparamita, saw the following. He saw the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Shariputra spoke thus to noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva Mahasattva. How should a son of noble family or a daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice the profound prajnaparamita? Noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Shariputra, O Shariputra, a son of noble family or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound prajnaparamita should see in this way. They should see the 5 skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is also form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Shariputra, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristics, without arising, without ceasing, without stain, not without stain, without decrease, and without increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no tangible object, no phenomena, no I dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of phenomena, no mental consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no termination of ignorance, up to no aging and death, and no termination of aging and death, no suffering, no origin, no cessation, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, since bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by relying on prajnaparamita. Since their minds are without obscuration, they have no fear. Having fully transcended delusion, they attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas who abide in the 3 times fully awaken to unsurpassable, completely perfect enlightenment by relying on prajnaparamita. Therefore, the great mantra of prajnaparamita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known to be true since it is undeceiving. The prajnaparamita mantra is said as follows. Om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhi swaha. In this way, Shariputra, bodhisattva mahasattvas who train in the profound prajnaparamita. Then the Bhagavan rose from that samadhi and spoke to noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva Mahasattva. Well done, good, good, O son of noble family. Thus it is, O son of noble family. Thus it is. One should practice the profound prajnaparamita just as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Bhagavan had said this, Venerable Shariputra and noble Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva Mahasattva, all those surrounding them, and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Bhagavan.
Good morning. This morning someone asked me, so sometimes questions makes a lot of help, because since many months ago I would like to little bit introduce what is the Dharma and what is the samsara. But till now, forget. Usually we're teaching on the Dharma, but really sometimes vocabularies makes distance between the over personal and some Dharma knowledge. So that's where actually we in Tibetan Dharma means Chu. So we heard the Chu, it's pretty much close, pretty much understand, or Chu. We heard this vocabulary, it's pretty much easy to understand. But we use the Dharma means if people who know Sanskrit language, then very good. But someone who don't know Sanskrit language, then it's a little difficult. So of course, usually the grossly everybody knows what is Dharma, and Dharma is Buddhism, right? But Dharma, we, for example, usually we chanting the Sobhava, Shuddha, Sarva, Dharma. That moment we have Dharma. So in order to who are pretty much new in the Sanskrit language and especially Buddhism, then they heard the Dharma once often, but it's a little difficult to understand. That's why now I through this way I try to explain a little bit on the Dharma. So Dharma means actually we call the change the mind. Change the mind means that because our mind is inside of the affective emotions or defilements, or our mind is inside of the grasping right now. So that's where then due to the grasping, due to the affective emotions, then they misleaded our mind. Then our mind is become like a crazy. So that's where then Dharma makes conquer this the action of the craze, because Dharma makes some remove this some affective emotions. That's where Dharma means like that. In order to, if I use only one vocabulary in English, then Dharma means tame your mind. Tame, T-A-M, maybe E, right? Tame your mind. So that's where whenever we heard about Dharma, we want to remember that. One day, one time, 1 minute, one moment, we cannot completely conquer about these things through the Dharma practice, but we are going to step by step decrease these affective emotions and increase the wisdom and the realization of the emptiness, and then faith and compassion, love, and those. In order to 10 virtues, we have to increase, and we have to decrease the opposite of them. So this is our responsibility. So that's where right now we are. You are coming here to listen the Dharma teaching, and I also offer this teaching. These things are also part of the some increase over Dharma realizations of emptiness, and this is also activities to conquered over negative emotions and the negative karmas, right? And then basically today we are teaching on the emptiness, true nature of the reality. At the same time, what we have to know, what we have to understand is we're talking about the emptiness. The moment ago we chanting this, we chant the Paramita. So they say no noise, no eyes. They say tell us more no and no, right? So there's one things specifically we have to take care. That is, if we do directly understand and through the no, then it's very possible we reject the karma. Make sense? Because whether we are real Buddhist or not, the authentic practitioners or not, there's no judgment in any other things. But only one thing is, are you in trust the karma or not? That makes then judgy. So that's where, if through we practice the emptiness, if you rejected the karma, if you rejected the cause and the effects, then it's pretty the wrong practice. So I do not worry about you. You guys have the kind of this misunderstanding. You do not have like this misunderstanding. But for the sake of the future, whenever we're talking about the emptiness, then we have to take care with the karma. How much you have realizations on the emptiness, at the same time you have to trust with karma. If you have coming like that, then you are really smart practitioners. You are the smart practitioners. So then this karma is basically we're talking about the forms of relative truth, the conventional truth. But if we say, oh, this is conventional truth, this is relative truth, that's where we want to reject it like that, then that is, if we try to do that, we can do, but that is the karmically not allow. So karma is truly some happened, you know. For example, you are grow up in this country, but you learned English. Through this way right now, you can speak fluently. If you did not learn, you are grow here, it doesn't matter, you can't speak English. For example, if we're taking this example. So you learn English language, it's you make courses. And you can use this language fluently, this is your result. And you are going to practice. For example, you meditate on the emptiness 1 second, that is your cause of your future Buddha. If it's still you doesn't believe on there, then you just you do something good things, but you through your view and way of the practice, you just some like you waste some precious things. So then how? It looks like it sound is like a little bit opposite, because emptiness is like not exist truly. But then you're talking about the karma, then we want to think it is truly exist. Then how is possible you think like that? It's good thinking. If you have a doubt like that in your mind, it's good. So that moment, what you have to use is, yesterday I taught you from the emptiness, all these things, appearances. All these things, appearances are also emptiness. So through these informations, then you can activities, lots of things. So it's emptiness. Basically, there's no particularly creator. There's no particularly some. Also, it is not just coming from the nothing. This is not just coming from naturally, but there's depend with karma. The karma is depend with your action and depend with your motivations. So they are related to each others. That's where we, in the Buddhist view, is we do not say there's one creator, right? But we did not say the karma is the creator of all of these things. Who says that? That is not correct. If someone says karma is the creator of everything, then someone already says that grasping is creator of this world. Then someone, yeah, of course, the God is creator of this world. Maybe I don't have that much knowledge about that, but I heard like that. I'm not sure whether this is exactly or not. But then, if Buddhism says karma is creator of everything, then it's what is this? In order to, if karma has become creator, then karma is not karma. Karma is not creator. Okay, karma is not creator. We don't believe creator, but who believe creator, we do respect. Even though in the Buddhist who are believe karma is creator, who think karma created everything, we do respect. Which means we don't want to against with them. We don't want to do any wrong actions with them. But honestly, we're talking about the reality of these situations. Talking about this, the karma doesn't create anything. So that's the reality. Otherwise, if we believe karma is a creator, karma created everything. Actually, some of them we're talking about the karma creation. Some vocabulary is coming like that. Then we say, oh, karma is creator. Then we say, doesn't matter, we say like that. But through the reality, karma is not like that. Whenever you think, oh, karma created this, karma created that moment, your mind is still not yet inside of the interdependence. Make sense? Interdependent is creator or not? Interdependence is not creator, just interdependent. For example, my thumb, this finger and that finger joined together, then I move a little bit, this sound is come. This is interdependent. That's called interdependent. If we know this, then you do good things, the result is good. You do bad things, the result is bad. This is interdependent. And whether you have realizations of emptiness, maybe your realization of emptiness is maybe through this way you can fly, you can do anything, but still this interdependent. Karma doesn't give you exactly freedom. Which means if you still did wrong things, karma never let you go freely. Because karma is interdependent. The interdependent and the emptiness is in order to same thing. Emptiness means we understand emptiness through the interdependent. We use that way. One time you understood the subtle of the interdependent, that is emptiness. Right now we're talking about we pick up some examples of growth of interdependence. For example, we're talking about the mountains, we're talking about the temple, we're talking about our body. They are growth of interdependent. Many of the actually this is good examples to understand, but we going to very subtle when we're going through the little details, subtle of the interdependent. That moment you cannot find. Then you cannot find, but you cannot say there's only nothing. That moment you get some information by yourself. So that moment, then we are more close with the realization of the emptiness, right? The emptiness, if I repeat again a little bit, if emptiness is just nothing, that is then we don't want to teach. Then we just say nothing. Everybody think nothing is fun. But that is not reality of the emptiness. But one thing is here, subtle of emptiness. When you recognize that things, that moment does not truly exist anything. When you know that, subtle of things are, you will go very details and details. First you pick example, this gross of these things, and then you go very subtle, very details. And for example, only this sound has a different part. First and second and last. 3 parts. If you separate these 3 parts, and then they are just related to each other, that's all. They are not truly independently, not exist anything. So make sense? You a little bit turn your mind. You go through the cause and effect is interdependent. That's what we can say easily. Cause and effect is interdependent. It's maybe we can say easily. But cause and effect is emptiness. Then you're thinking a little different. Interdependent is it's equal to each other's. But talking about the emptiness, then you think, there's emptiness means nothing. That's where then how then maybe karma doesn't work. Karma doesn't work. It's possible you think like that. So if we are going through this way, then a little bit misunderstand. The best things is if you heard karma is interdependent, at the same time you recognize karma is emptiness. If you heard like that, you understand like that, that is the best understanding. Your karma is interdependent, that is pretty much easy, right? Pretty much easy. Karma means the one word actually, but inside I have 2 vocabularies. In Sanskrit and Tibetan sometimes it's like that. In order to, right now we translate in English, cause and effect. Then cause and effect is related to each other's. Related to each other's, and then that is we call interdependent. And then I go back again this for try to make clear karma is not created. That which means karma is created. The karma it independently karma need to exist somewhere. Make sense? For example, right now I'm teaching this, right? Then you think teacher. Then I'm here independently in front of your eyes. I mean, if we are investigate on there, then I'm not truly exist here, but without investigate, without check, that moment I'm here. Similar, if you think karma is a creator, the karma need to exist independently somewhere. And then he created different things. This thinking is coming. If this is thinking is coming, then there is actually I want to teach in a moment later. Simplicity. This simplicity, it has 8 different qualities, because this is another name of the emptiness. So through this way, then if we think the karma is some independently exist somewhere, then that is become opposite of the simplicity. In this term, the simplicity, and usually we say simplicity means very simple and something maybe you don't understand like that. Okay, I searched the dictionaries, but I did not get that. But I checked with someone also translator almost similar like that. That's why I used this vocabulary. The simplicity is the another name of the emptiness. And then right now what we have to think is that karma is one thing. Karma is not independently exist somewhere, but karma never give us free. Never give us free means if we do good, the result is good. That is karma. We did bad, the result is bad. That is karma. This is since we have illusion in our mind, since we have this what is called grasping, then this is always with us. And another thing I want to give you, the karma is not creator. If karma is a creator, then this paper, if I say, if I have a karma, then this paper is coming in my hand. If I don't have a karma, then this paper is not coming in my hand. If I say I do just believe on there, I stay here thousands of years, but this paper is not coming in my hand. Or this move, they say this direction or pull this direction or pick up those things. This is the condition. So karma and condition, this is very important. We want to know. For example, tree. The seed of trees are karma, cause of the trees. But the sun and wind and the water, they are condition, and then place. They are condition, right? And in order to karma means the very, in order to, it's interdependent. When we are become Buddha, that moment we can say we don't have karma. That moment we can say we don't have interdependence. That moment we can say we don't have emptiness. Because this is beyond. The stage of Buddha, that moment you are the beyond of the everything. And also, yesterday we talking about this grasping and selflessness. It's equal. Everything's become equalities. So that's where this is, I think, pretty important to know. Perhaps it's still not clear between these things. It's during the question answer, hopefully I can make it more clear. Sometimes due to your questions, it makes more clear. Especially you ask, then your friends understand you clearly through this way, understand about these things. The principle of this talking on this about the karma is the emptiness. From the emptiness, appearances. Those appearances are emptiness. So we're talking about that. Karma is emptiness. From the emptiness, karma is appearances. That's where then we cannot reject, right? Right now, makes sense? Okay. And then the simplicity. The simplicity is the I think first I little bit tell you for the sake of the little knowledge. So we have there two different views in the Mahayana. Two different views. One is the emptiness of self view, and another is emptiness of the other view. For us, we are in monastery. That moments we're talking about these two views. It's pretty much the higher levels. Right now, I am teaching here. Is for the sake of making imprinting in your mind. It's make imprinting or impression in your mind, and then future you search, check different books, and you analyze more on there. So now I little bit tell you this. The emptiness of self-view. That means in order to we say that the emptiness of self, the view is view, right? But usually someone say, why this view is coming? Some masters say the emptiness is self-emptiness. Some say emptiness is others. So that's where they become two different views. These views are not just coming from the what is called outside of the blue. It's just not just coming. They analyzed, they investigate for year by year, generation by generation. Through this way, then the final result is they establish those things. This both is in Mahayana tradition we have. So selflessness, the emptiness of self, if I a little bit talking on this, then this Vajra is, someone says that this Vajra is the emptiness of self. Emptiness of self means if we analyze it with this Vajra, then finally we cannot find Vajra. Just we found this Vajra through interdependent. But we research, investigate with this Vajra through the interdependent, then this is self-emptiness. Self-emptiness is almost is a kind of the inherently emptiness. So for my personally, this is pretty much a favorite. This way of the investigation is more favorite. That could be right for different interesting, different enthusiasm. So for me, my personally, if I have choice, means I have choice. So I like kind of the emptiness of self. But still, it's true. Who say emptiness of other? That is true. The emptiness of other means when they analyzed on there. For example, we're talking about the Vajra. Then this is emptiness of the temper. Vajra is not temper, right? Temper. Then this is emptiness of the bell. Then this is emptiness of the pepper. This is emptiness of the what? Then last, this is emptiness of a color. This is emptiness of the shape. This is emptiness of the what? Symbols, in order to symbols. This is actually right now symbols of the compassion, right? But they established through this way. For example, one man is emptiness of the lady, maybe. Kind of this. Then one man, emptiness of the yak. Emptiness of the cow. Emptiness of the rabbit. Emptiness of... Through this way they established. Perhaps this is the first time to heard about that, but you have to investigate on there, and then you get some realizations through this way. So it's finally same view. I think there's not that much big deal, that much big difference. But the way of the established, then this selfless, the emptiness of self is much much. What is it? I think I am more interested with that. But you personally, you can choose which way is more interesting. Your mind tell you, and through this way, then you figure them out. So just in case, I tell you that right now about these views. Okay, this view is inside of the Mahayana tradition. They have like that. So this is not the view of some Buddhist and non-Buddhist view. Not like that. Okay. And then, but before finish this, I would like to say, then we're talking about the emptiness and the simplicity. So my understanding is, emptiness and simplicity, why these two vocabularies come on the one object. The emptiness is emptiness in order to, the subtle of interdependent. The subtle of interdependent we call the emptiness in order to non-duality. Non-duality, sometimes we call the emptiness, sometimes we call the simplicity. Let you keep that, okay, in your mind. This is, we call it one object. Right now we can say one object. One object is one is the what? Emptiness. Another is simplicity. Simplicity, right? Simplicity and emptiness. This both is name of the one object in order to. This object is subtle, very details of interdependence. That is we called these two different names. Then I personally think, I'm not sure I'm right or wrong honestly. The simplicity is talking through the emptiness of others, emptiness of other view or other. And we're talking about the emptiness, then is emptiness of self. Through this way, maybe this is these coming the two names with one object. Let you check. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure really. But just I would like to say. Still, I want to talk with another friends, and then perhaps they have also different thinking on that. Perhaps they say, "Oh, you are wrong. No, this is emptiness or simplicity is not related the emptiness of other and emptiness of self." Perhaps they say that. They will tell me like that. Perhaps they will tell me, "Oh, you are smart." They makes me happy more. And oh, this is really unusual. It's unique, right? It's principal view. Something they use lots of adjectives, thousands of adjectives, build my mind, and then maybe 24/7 they makes me happy. So who knows? Everything's who knows, right? It's possible. Everything's possible. Impossible is possible. Yeah. Yeah, never say never, right? So that's very possible. This is my side. What will happen? Not sure. I'm not feature teller about myself too. Of course, I cannot judge you. You are right. And then this. 8 different classification of the simplicity. Classification means why this is become simplicity. I wrote here something. I'm not sure. In order to simplicity or emptiness is free from extremes of complexity. Complexity. Yes. So then how, right? So first they say no rebirth. There's 8 different things, right? Free from the 8 different extremes of complexity. So first they say no rebirth. Right now, if I say no rebirth, then it's possible someone surprised. What are you talking about? A Buddhist view is reincarnation, rebirth, next life. Then he say no rebirth. Then what is this? Maybe he teach wrong things or something. No, I am right. I'm simply right. I'm simply right because these 37, this way of the Bodhisattva, what they say? Namalokeshwaraya, that next they say the in order to the say neither come nor go, and then what they say neither come nor go in order to neither come nor go. It's coming later here too, and no rebirth. No rebirth must not independently rebirth. Independently, no rebirth. It's just depend with some cause and effects. It's interdependent. Otherwise, there's no rebirth, right? Number one is no rebirth, and then number two is ceaseless. Ceaseless, yes, ceaseless. Then number three, I'm not sure it makes sense with you. I just here use something to eliminate the extreme of permanence. Yes. Right? So there's no permanent. This is their true nature, emptiness, and subtle interdependent is beyond of the permanent. So there's no permanent, right? And also then another is is similar to eliminate. Oh, sorry, it's eliminate. Eliminate to extreme of nihilism. Nihilism. So in this 37 first stanza talks about that. And then their translator here neither come nor go, all the phenomena in order to say. Then here also without going, nor come nor go. Nor come nor go means if there is some independently have something exist, truly exist, then we can say they are always stay somewhere or they go or something. But there's no independently any things not truly existed anything, then they have, we cannot say they are going and they are coming. That is emptiness, right? So that is emptiness. When we check, when we little bit analyzed, then we little bit figure them out. If we analyzed with one ounce body, if ounce body, after I established the ounce body into the emptiness, then there's no ounce body. That means then our ounce body, if there's no ounce body, this body is a go or come. We cannot say, right? For example, in this temple has no cow. Then this cow is a go, this cow is come. Who says that? Right? Nobody says. Similar like that. Inherently, there's all the phenomena are simplicity. All the phenomena are emptiness. So that's where there neither come nor go, right? So this way, then there's also there's no one, no more, no many, not no money, okay? No many. If I say no money, then you may be surprised. What are you talking about? No many, not no money. We say have money. No many. So this right now we talking about the emptiness. Perhaps I am just a very normal person, very less education, less experience. But our teaching, this teaching is, we can say it is really pretty much deep. I'm not sure how much deeply I can teach to you. That is, I cannot sure. But this subject or this teaching is such a deep, such a wonderful subject. How I can say that is because Buddha said that. Buddha, he meditate under the Bodhi tree in the Nalinzara, nearby the river, 6 years. And after then he went to the Bodhi Gaya. He stayed under the Bodhi tree and he become enlightened, right? Enlightenment. That moment, then what he says, I understood. He understood some of them. Right now I will give you one by one. What he understood or what he recognized is profound and peaceful and simplicity and luminosity. Yeah, luminosity and non-compound. Non-compound. That means the beyond of the impermanent, beyond of a permanent. I found this vocabulary from this. Everybody knows noun, right? Now, N-O-M, sorry, N, then C-O-M-P-O-U-N-D. Yeah. Yeah, not compound. Compound means those things gathering something, right? Yeah. True. Yeah, that's true. Yes. That is the emptiness in order to, right? So that's where Buddha got those things. He understood or he realized those things, and after then what he says is, I understood those things, but if I teach on there, nobody don't understand. So that's where emptiness is not easy to understand, right? So he said, no, nobody don't understand. That's why I'm going to the deep forest. And I want to keep silence again. He said that. Buddha first he said that. But all of Buddha's teachings are included there. From Vajrayana, Mahayana, and then the Theravada, right? All the teachings are included there. But then, because in order to he recognized the emptiness. Then we use the non-duality and those things, right? The emptiness is a profound. It's very deep meaning. Very deep kind of what is called qualities or deep meaning, right? Very deep. How much we investigate on there, still deeper. That is the way of the studying. But a way of the experience, how much, if you recognize the emptiness with one book, that moment your mind is such a peace. And if you recognize the emptiness, all material things, then your mind is such a peace. And if you recognize the emptiness all in external things and internal things, then in order to you can go deep and deep, one day you become habituation, become familiarization with there. Until that moment, you have need to keep going continuous, right? So that's where you have that's where they say this is a profound. And then he's a peaceful. That is, I think, very very much true, because the Buddha went to the forest for why? He no, just he go to the forest for the sake of a time pass. Not that does that. When he was in the kingdom, he 24 or almost at that moment 24/7 maybe is suffering. He has lots of suffering, and then he, of course, he knows that why I am suffering, because his father is a king, his stepmother is a queen, his mother already passed away after he birthed, maybe 7 days or something, I don't remember. And then his father is a king. His king father is not a simple kings. At that moment, India have many king systems. Among them, he is the worst powerful king. And then he has no worry anything. Usually, because for the sake of through the food and the clothes and and then he has lots of things. What he need almost have. But still he's suffering. Finally, then he think where I get why I am suffering, where I get the answer. So he come this idea through this way. Then one time he ran away in the forest. And then he did lots of practice, and through this way, everybody knows the Buddha's story, right? But then his mind is which things make completely peace. Only simplicity of realization of simplicity, right? Simplicity or realization of emptiness. That makes completely peace of his mind. So if we don't know the very details due to the teacher's skill or something, but through this way we make sense. Yesterday I told you, if you need the peace of mind, you have to practice on the emptiness, right? That means Buddha, he did that. He did it very hard. He meditated under the tree, inside of the tree, inside of the water, rivers, and under the tree, and burning in front of the sun, and getting cold into the cave, make lots of that, but still they cannot make completely peace of his mind. He did not get peaceful of the mind completely. So finally, when his realizations come up, then he got the super peace, genuine happiness, right? So that's where the realization of emptiness, or in order to nature of emptiness, is peace. So then he's the peaceful, and then simplicity. The simplicity, already I say that sufferings are not come, and happiness is not go. Right now we're talking about that. It's like unbelievable. How, right? But the natural, and we through the interdependence, this is true. Suffering is not come, happiness is not go. Suffering is not come, suffering is not go. In order to suffering is not truly exist. Not truly exist. And luminosity. luminosity. Luminosity is that tell us the if Buddha get a profound peace and simplicity, if he did not get the luminosity, then this part is almost like a bland fight. Bland. Bland means, this in order to, it's like a superstition. If we outside, there's coming some storms. That moment you go inside of your house, you close the door, close the window. That moment, then you are a little bit peace. Like that. And then sometimes if you have seriously some tensions, seriously have worry for some case, that moment, unfortunately, if you become unconsciousness, or you are going to sleep in, that moment it makes a little bit relaxed you are. Because you it's like a stop to function with the worry. But those things are not like that because of the luminosity. Luminosity, this what makes it, in order to we say Buddha has the omniscient. Then his mind is very clear. His mind is clear. And we and Buddha, what is different is when we are meditate, for example, mindfulness meditate, that moment we focus with one object, we stay there. That moment, then we close the door of the what? Door of the eyes, so we did not see colors. We close the ears, we did not hear any kind of the sounds, good or bad, both close. And we close the door of the feeling, that's where we did not feel any different things. We close the mouth because the tongue has no different taste. We close the noise because there's no different smell, right? Only from the mind, just to focus on the one object. That moment, then we think it's peace. Yeah, that's like that. But Buddha, he become enlightenment. After then, his mind is very clear. That means it directly understood, very well. For example, the suffering or somewhere have a lot of suffer. Some it's luminosity, and someone in order to good or bad, yes or no, right or wrong, everything's clear in the emptiness. So who knows that? This is only knows by the omniscient. So right now our wisdom is the seed of the omniscient. Our wisdom. If right now we don't have any some kind of a cause of omniscient, then I think our practice is almost useless. So right now we have a wisdom. If we do increase this wisdom through this practice and realizations, as then slowly, one day it's become omniscient. When we are omniscient, then there's that is almost like a speechless. But then in order to understand very subtle things, subtle detail, those things understand, of course, it's pretty much easy. Of course, the nature, true nature of reality easily no need to function in order to wear focus exactly. Then it's like on the mirror have reflecting forms, similar like that. Then these things are compound, non-compound. Right now you understood what I meant, right? So I'm so difficult with this pronunciation. So this way, he see all these things are like that. All these things are non-compound. So that's why then he say he realized those things, and then he pick example. Those things are like a nectar. Everybody knows nectar? So nectar has special qualities. Who take this? It make recover from the sick. It makes beauty physically. It improve wisdom. It make purify all lots of kind of disease. And it's supposed to give your energy. Right now we're talking about the nutritions, vitamin A, B, C, something we have like that, right? So then these nectars have such power and blessings. So then his realizations are similar like that. So, but then he said that if I teach that to the people, people may don't understand. People may don't understand, then he said, I don't want to teach that. If people don't understand, then there's no reason to teach. Then he said, I want to go into the forest to stay silent again. And then gods, usually we're talking about the gods. This is a little bit the religious words. But at that moment, India has many kings. Many Buddha's teachings, he says, hey, king, and something like that. So that means many of the kings and many of those honorific lives, though they are request to him to teach. And then he started to teach the Four Noble Truth. First, he teach to the Four Noble Truth through the 5 students, 5 sanghas. Among them, one sangha is first truth, first time to teach on the truth. He become arhati. So these things are he's actually in the order of this teaching, or order of the Buddha's teaching. We say the first vehicle, maybe first vehicle, second vehicle, third vehicle. We make that. But in the first time, he already teaches the same thing. Especially these lineages. This lineage, the master of this lineage, we call the Lord Jitin Sungu. He's the kind of idea is much unique. Because he said, Buddha said that if all the virtues are virtues, all the non-virtues are non-virtues. When Buddha teach like that, who did non-virtues, then the result is bad result. Result are become bad. Who did good things, result are good. He said actually Buddha already mentioned that. Don't do any non-virtues, do every virtues, and then tame your mind. This is the Dharma. He said that. So similar, the many masters teach a very wonderful and beautiful teachings. Through this way, right now we have this opportunity to repeat those teachings, and we have opportunity to practice together. That is the wonderful opportunity. And then Buddha taught about these things, and then right now we're chanting on the Heart Sutara, right? Inside Om Gate Gate Parangate Parasangatem Bodhisattva. This is he show us path. We have 5 paths. If we have 5 paths, if we want to go somewhere, at least aeroplanes, they have also need some like a path, right? Some road. Of course, vehicles. Of course, people. So we go to the nirvana, still we need a path. That's where the Tiyatang Gatingate Parangate Parasangam, they say Om Gatingate Parangate Parasangam Bodhisattva. He taught the 5 paths. So that's where we have the orders during the VR practice. For example, the way of symbol, if I explain on there, if we need to recognize the emptiness, we need to know interdependent, right? Suddenly we cannot figure that out. But through the interdependent, they are related to each other, and then we make small part. They are equal to each others. They are equal to, and then we separated them. Then we cannot find anything. So through this way we recognize that. So that's where these things are the what is called is order of the teaching. Order, right? Order of the teaching. Sequences. Yeah, sequences. And then he has special methods, special skills. Through this way, he teach. His teachings are equal to the students. It's interesting. He did not lie, but which part? For example, through the students' level of the understandings, and then he knows. These students need to teach through the impermanent. This student need the teaching of the kind of the visualizations. This student need the teaching on the kind of the emptiness, and he knows, and that's where then he gives teaching and tell no these sequences, right? Still we are following this, and then it's related with the every times we are doing the practice, and we are learn about those things like that. And then this Heart Sutra, this morning we chanting, I think you remember, is same. This is talking about the emptiness. Basically, the Heart Sutra is Compassion Buddha and the Shariputtara. Shariputtara, right? Shariputtara, and I think Shariputtara. His name is we call it Shari, but here we say, how you pronounce? Sariputta. Yeah, Sariputta. So they are ask and question each others, and then they told to Buddha like that. Compassion Buddha, Lord Chinrizik, and this Sariputta. They talk, question, answer each others. Then Buddha say, "Oh, that is right, exactly." So that's where we can say this is Buddha's teaching. And inside, then one thing. So yesterday I a little bit told you, for the sake of understanding clearly today, the form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. That's where yesterday we established through the four logics the forms. So this is a pretty easily understood. Pretty easily we can establish. It is when we establish through the forms are emptiness is pretty easy, but from the emptiness is how become form. This is this is a little bit difficult, but you think carefully. You know, the seed of trees has a branch or not? Seed of trees, for example, junipers. The seed of junipers has no branches, right? But before, people never ever see about the juniper and any trees. And if we show them, like this seed of if this is the seed of the juniper, if we show this, one time it will grow bigger, taller than you, and bigger than you. And then slowly there's grow up some branches. They have a skin and something. And then these branches are become green. And then each every have a very small lens, like a draw, right? Like a painter's paint, like that, have like that. And then some of them is stand up directly. Some of them is move towards different directions. And then wind is coming, then they move very slowly. If wind doesn't come in, then they are just sit one place. And sun is coming, they make shadow, right? And then birds coming, then they stay on this branch, sit on the branch. And then sometimes wind is coming, the sound is coming. And then people make this. Someone use these junipers, and then they dry up, and then they make for the substance of the smoke offering. And then somebody they cut this tree, and then they make a beautiful carvings, and some they make some windows or some have chairs and tables. Then this has become like the. If you're talking long story about that things with one person, then this person think, oh, this is just like an image. How can? This is a round, right? This is round. Then how come branch? This is smaller than my thumb, but then how become it is bigger than me? It's shorter than my finger. Shorter than my finger. Then it's how become taller than my body. Then they're surprised. Surprised, right? Then first I want to eat this. It is easy. I make hungry to you. So now I don't have an example. That is exist make emptiness, okay? So people so difficult to believe on there. It's just imagination. People think like that. Similar, we talk the emptiness. We're talking about the emptiness. Then right now our mind is honestly similar. Similar for what? I don't mean your mind. It's we all, because we all why similar with that person, because if we are 100% the trust, 100% coming kind of a decision on their determinate some from mind, then we did efforts day in and out 24/7. Why we cannot do that? Usually we just talking about the emotions, afflictions. This is one part. Second is, oh, I have job, I am busy. My mouth is busy mouth right now. Why I don't mean I'm teaching, that's why I'm busy. Because I say I'm busy. Many people ask me, can you do something? Then I say I'm busy. That is the best to answer. Because basically I can say a little bit busy, but not seriously, honestly. If I am really need to busy, I want to meditate on the emptiness. Then I can say I'm busy, right? But still not come in kind of internally this kind of power of the determination. Oh, this is emptiness. That's where I reached this stage. If we come that, then we did not waste our time. Maybe I say, oh, sorry, I have no time to eat lunch today because I am going to practice on the emptiness. Sorry, I have no time to. Maybe I have no time to teach. I'm going to practice. It's possible thinking like that if we did not tell like that. But why? Because it's a usually we're talking about there is emptiness, afflictions and those things because of grasping, because of we give some responsibility on them. we punish to them just, right? We punish to them. Otherwise, if we do, then we can do. That's truly, we will get this result. So one problem is we have some distance between the reality of things and our faith. Faith makes sense. The many people say in the Mahayana tradition, Tibetan tradition, many people, many masters taught that we don't do faith, kind of the blindly. That is good, but if we do not have faith, have big mistakes. Without faith, then you have no enthusiasm, right? If you don't have enthusiasm, then it's very difficult to do something. Even though you remove your shoes outside of the door, after during the tea break, maybe you have no enthusiasm to wear your shoes. Maybe you just left your shoes there. Shoes are there. It's possible. So enthusiasm and the faith is very, very related to each other's. In order to, real faith is enthusiasm. Real faith is enthusiasm. But we blindly, faith makes a lot of close the door of the wisdom. So then, for example, if I say, under the tree has a naga, I completely faith with that naga, and then I say that naga is naga. Everybody knows, right? That naga is everything's for me. That naga is everything's for me. My everything's this naga or what? In order to that, this naga give me economic. Give me jewels, give me knowledge, give me power, give me final my goal. The final my goal is maybe become Buddha, right? So if I believe with this, then that is not true. The kind of disbelief is then the blindly belief. So that's where we have to use our wisdom. We need faith, but we have to use wisdom. Right? We have. So I believe under the tree have naga. I didn't see, but I believe. And I believe some of nagas can help with us. Some of nagas destroy with us. I believe. But I don't believe this naga give me the what is called. In order to, I don't believe this naga is my real refuge. This naga is not my perfect refuge. Right? The refuge means everybody knows, right? Through my body, through my speech, through my mind, everything's deal with you. Let you help me. Like that. So I don't request like that with nagas. I request, please, to protect the environment. Please don't give too much disease to the people. Maybe. But most of disease are not to deal with naga. Some of disease deal with the naga. Why? You know. Last week I taught on the cause and the effect. So this is in the past life you did some disease to the disease with that naga, and then right now this naga give back your disease. In past life you help naga, then that naga help you back. There's some stories. Sometimes I little bit share. Most of the times I did not share about that. It looks like a children story. children's story, but some has some moral, right? So in order to what you did good, then even though the birds and lots of you all have experience with the dogs, so you did good things, they did repeat good actions and something like that, and the cats and so on. So that's very similar. The nagas give us disease. That means not only the depend with the naga themselves. If you in past life you didn't do any wrong things with the nagas, right now you are going inside of the nagas disease. You are sleeping in the bed of the nagas disease. You're nothing to get any disease. Really, this is the cause and effects, right? So then, our real protector is who? Real protector is yourself. Yourself. Your real protector is yourself. That means your real protector is your wisdom. I think that's better. So that's where Buddha said that you are your enemy, you are your protector. Who will be your enemy? Who can be your enemy? Who can be your protector? So Buddha said that. That is true or not? That's really true. Really true. If everything's depend with others' hand, then Buddha says, we believe, and Buddha said that he achieved enlightenment through his bodhicitta. And then why he left us here again, right? Why he left us here still in the samsara? I talking about the Dharma this morning. Right now, in 5 minutes, I want to tell a little bit of samsara, and then we take tea break, okay? So the samsara is a Sanskrit language, and then samsara means a cycling existence. Cycling. Because this is depend the 12 links. We are coming through the 12 links. The 12 links, actually we have very good examples in Madhyamaka. You know, somebody dig the gold. This what is called that? Mining. This is very good examples. They are going to the under the ground and coming. It looks like a mala, right? Continuously doing like that. It's same thing. We are going through the 12 links. From gods and demigods. And demigods to human. Human to animal. Animal to hungry ghost. Hungry ghost to hell. Hell to come back and the gods. God's realms. Like this. Then God's realms to go hell, right? Hell realms. Hell. And hell realms to hunger ghost realms. Hunger ghost realms, animal realms. Animal realms, human realms. Humans to demigod. Demigod to God. So that is what we call the cycling exist. Until now, we are in the samsara. So, right now we are practice on this emptiness is not simple. Not just simple, right? This is a Buddha show. Buddha tried to show he is the boss through the realization of the emptiness. Make sense? Buddha say, I understand. Buddha did not say, I am. Buddha did not say, I am stay I'm stay under this tree for 6 years. That's where I'm smart. That's where you cannot do that. Buddha did not say that, right? Did Buddha say that? Did not say. Buddha did not say did practice under the water, into the water, in front of the sun, inside of the cave. That's where I'm smart. So you don't know that. You cannot do. Buddha did say that? Did not say that. Buddha said, did not say, I am prince. My father is a king. My mother is queen. That's where you cannot be like that. Buddha did not say that, right? Buddha said, I have 65 different arts. In order to, he has different knowledges. And then he said, I have some magic. Buddha has some magic. Buddha has some magic to some kind of another living beings. They are jealous with Buddha. They destroy to them. That moment Buddha show big, they repelled his magic, and all the weapons change into the flowers. So that's where Buddha did not say, I can change your weapons into the flowers. That's why you cannot do that. Buddha did say that or not? Buddha did not say that. Then what Buddha said? Buddha nothing to say anything, or Buddha says something, right? He says something. What he says? I understood. I realized what? Profound peace and luminosity, and in order to what is called simplicity. I understood non-combined, non-combined. So I understood those things. So if I tell you, you don't understand. Buddha said that, right? So that's where the emptiness is not easily understanding subject. This is not easily understanding subject. But we have opportunity to make imprinting on the emptiness, and we use our own wisdom, and we investigate on the emptiness, and we do promote step by step. And then right now we take tea break. After come back, then we all become become Buddha. Okay. I will. Yeah. Yeah, I give you then. Gift is raspberry. Only one here. Oh.